Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and give me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm just going to keep on bringing you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, that $40-ish and under dollar range. Most of these are way less than that. A good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. I got several fragrances that I think work really good in the cool weather. I don't really get to say that very often because I live here in Florida, but for the past week or so, we've been getting all kinds of cold fronts, and it's been gray and rainy and cool. Had some good frost in the morning 2 days in a row. So I feel like I got a little bit of a leg to stand on when I talk about some cold fragrances this week. So let's jump into these ones I've been really enjoying lately. I don't know if you guys remember this one when it was popping up at the rack stores, or if it's even popping up in yours still. Jubilation 20. What is that? It's a Jubilation man of some sort on the Amouage, and this is a super sharp, spicy frankincense. It's very incense, resinous, spicy, warm, amber, kind of going on like a cacao side a little bit, woody, tobacco, bold, and it's good performing. It actually lasts a long time. If you look at the price tag here on this thing, I scooped it up for $15.99. Like super good, budget friendly, purchase for a fragrance that smells 90% similar to a $200+ fragrance. I mean, the quality isn't the same, obviously. Most people aren't really going to tell the difference. The only way you can tell the difference between this and the Amouage is if you smell the two right next to each other, and that's pretty much it. So you're smelling like luxury for a very affordable price. Of course, the quality isn't going to be the same. Of course it's not, but this isn't made bad. Check out this atomizer. Look at this. You remember these? Really fun. Gosh, this thing smells so good. It's warm and spicy and nice resins, that incense, frankincense, like a little bit like on kind of a nutmeg. And like I said, a little bit like a dusty cacao almost. I think this is beautiful. Check this one out. Check it out. If you see it at a rack store, definitely spray this one or any of the other ones that are shaped like this. This company right here, Sapil, is such an underrated fragrance house. I feel like they don't get near the amount of love that they deserve. Their fragrances are very strong. Here you go, right here. Sapil Intense. I wasn't even going to talk about this one. It smells like Azara Wanted, like 1-to-1, but it's like $15 or $12, and it's just as strong. So it's a Middle Eastern fragrance company. You're finding at Bell's Outlet and stuff like that. Not necessarily this one, but this brand. You might find this one at your local Bell's. Who knows? It's Sapil, and they're friggin' awesome for the price. This one is Armani Code Profumo. Enough rambling about what the brand is, but how's it smell, right? It's a sweet, leathery combination. So you got vanilla and leather, a little bit spicy, very warm and inviting, slightly sticky, mostly playful though. It's like let me just get it in the air. This is a leather heavy version of Profumo, in my opinion. It's got a nice load of wet leather and that smooth vanilla and spice. Loads of warm spice. I love this thing. It's loud and long lasting, and this thing gets a lot of compliments. I'm talking about loads of compliments. People are going to hate on this thing. I've heard people actually hate on this thing, and I think it's just because they're miserable. They're just miserable people. So I like Sapil Bound because I'm not a miserable person. It's no surprise that I am a huge fan of Monarch Red Tobacco. It smells almost identical to Mancera's Red Tobacco. In fact, the only difference is the quality, and the dry down is a little bit different. This one goes a bit creamier and more vanilla, a little bit sweeter in the dry down. But other than that, they smell almost identical. It's like just a quality difference. How with the Mancera, you can, I know I just bumped that right there. With the Mancera, you can actually pick out the differences between it, like the cedar wood and the tobacco and the spice, whereas this, it kind of goes in a blender and just mixes it all together, and it's a bit harder to tell the difference. You just get the smell, but you can't really pick out the different notes. That's about it. Other than that, they're the same. So in the air, when you walk by somebody, they're going to think you smell like you're wearing Mancera, basically. This thing is awesome. It doesn't last as long either. It lasts a long time. This is a 7+ hour fragrance, but it's not a 12-hour beast like the Mancera. So there's that difference too, is the performance. But man, this thing's cheap. cheap, cheap. Especially if you see it on the price, it's probably way discounted. Check it out. I'm going to get crucified for this one probably. Belcam Classic Match, their polo green one. I like polo green, so kill me. I like polo green. I know a lot of people do not, so if you don't, then this one isn't going to be for you because it smells just like it, except it's woodier, like a more synthetic wood in the opening. Other than that, after you get like 10 minutes into it, it becomes identical. Pretty much identical to that polo green. Very, very, very heavy pine forest wood. Oak dominant moss, like this dusty, earthy, dark moss, green pine forest, spicy, and then patchouli. It has that lemony, like bergamot spritz too, just to give it an extra sparkle. Just like, I feel like the citruses that they add in things like this and Drakkar and stuff, it just adds like an extra zest, like twangy sparkle to things like pine needles. You know, it gives it an extra like an evergreen like lift, I feel like, and that is in this little $8 fragrance. And this thing lasts forever. This is one of the very few fragrances that actually lasts the all night test, which is where when I get out of the shower, and a lot of times what I do is I pick out a fragrance and I decide to spend the night with it. A lot of times it's a new fragrance like this or something that I'm trying to, you know, get more familiar with, so when I review it, it's more, hopefully that wasn't too loud. And if the fragrance lasts till I wake up in the morning and I smell it clearly, I know it's a strong fragrance. This one does it every single time. I'll wake up and be like, dang, how much of this did I put on? Because this thing pumps off strong for hours and hours and hours. Cheap fragrance. So if you like polo green and you don't want to spend that cash, just check it out. You get it at Walmart. It's at Walmart. $8. I'm not even kidding. And their Drakkar Noir, all of the Belcam Classic Match ones are really, really good. The Obsession, they are very, very good. Up next, one of my favorite pickups of 2025. This one really impressed me. Lattafa Antique. This is from their Niche Emirate line. And this one smells a lot like Liam Gray. It's a little bit sweeter. If you're into those real heavy iris dominant fragrances like Dior Homme Intense, you know, Givenchy Gentleman and those kind of things, this is right up your alley. This is office friendly. This is dress up worthy, iris dominant, little spicy. It's got like florals like rose. It has a sweet dry down. I want to get this thing in the air. This thing matches the energy of a cold front vibe. Oh, it's so beautiful. I just picture those gray clouds, right? Like gray clouds and like foggy air. You know, that's just, I just picture that, and this thing matches that energy so well. I love this fragrance. I wear it all the time. In fact, I actually layered this one and this one together, and it was a really, really cool layering combination. I did it afterwards. I wore this one to church this morning and just decided to spray this one on later on for lunch, and it ended up making a really cool combination. So like I said, this one is very iris forward. If you like iris, like the powdery iris, not getting old lady, but it kind of has that vibe a little bit. If you don't like those powdery, lipsticky, kind of old man, old lady-ish vibes, then don't worry about this one. This one is for people that appreciate that type of smell. It's a special kind of breed. I'm one of them. A lot of you guys are that special kind of breed. So I'm talking to you guys that love that kind of waxy, lipsticky, spicy a little bit green. Like I said, rose, a good amount of like rose, geranium, floral. It's kind of metallic too, and a little bit sweet. Love this thing. Good performance too. Excellent quality. So hopefully this video was helpful. As always, I try to keep things relevant and useful. Try to keep it so it's simple. The stuff you're seeing in the rack stores, what's going to match the energy and the vibe of the weather and stuff like that. So let me know if it was helpful or not. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.